Sanjit was traveling with his wife in a motorbike, hacked to death by PFI goons. As per the autopsy, more than 36 wounds in his dead body. Sharp-edged weapons were used in this murder. Trained killers were behind this murder. Established the terror link of PFI behind this murder. Even though a civil police officer was the eyewitness in this case, the Kerala police couldn't act as per the law. They couldn't do anything. The murder was happened just minimum 2 kilometers away from the national highway. Police couldn't block the traffic, search the vehicles, can't even take the CCTV footages. Only after 7 days the police has released one photograph of the vehicle. Still Kerala police is groping in darkness. Same thing happened in Trichur also. This is not an accidental thing. The PFI activity is widening all over the state, deepening their roots in rural areas also with the help of the ruling dispensation. In Kerala, there is hand in glove with PFI, CPM, secret understanding between CPM and PFI. In many local bodies, they are ruling together. In Palakkad itself, Shornur municipality is ruling by CPIM with the help of the PFI SDPI members. They are trying to divide the country, to divide the people, to destroy the national feelings, targeting our workers, leaders. But government is not acting anything, supporting them. Police is shielding them. Police is supporting them. The government is supporting them. The people lost their faith in Kerala police, so that we have approached the Honorable Home Minister yesterday. We discussed the matter with him. We briefed everything regarding the ground reality, how the PFI Muslim fundamentalist groups are working in Kerala with the help of, for vote bank politics, both LDF and UDF. They are not even ready to name the terror organization PFI. Threat is not against only BJP RSS. By the time of the Pala Bishop statement, immediately after the statement, hundreds of PFI goons rushed to Pala Bishop House with arms. Nobody was there to protect Pala Bishop and the Bishop House. Only BJP RSS workers gathered there and protected Pala Bishop and the Bishop House. Congress party and CPIM, both left and right, supporting the Muslim terror organizations in Kerala. This is a serious threat to the nation. That is why we are having campaign in Kerala against this PFI group, SDPI group, trying to divide the people in Kerala. You are aware that now the halal hotels halal issue is coming up in Kerala. Suddenly in many cities, hundreds of halal hotels came up, trying to divide the people in the name of food, dress code. So slowly Kerala coming near to Syria. This is the general observation of the common man, peace-loving people in Kerala. So we conveyed our grievances. We discussed the matter with the Honorable HM Amit Shah ji, Delhi yesterday.
Cooperative society.
Cooperative? We appeal to corporate This is the regarding. And one more thing regarding one more request we have made before Honorable Amit Shah ji. He is also holding the cooperative ministry with his hand. There is one huge controversial corruption case in Trichur, Karivannur Service Cooperative Bank. There is a PIL in Kerala High Court. More than 500 crore scam happened in the cooperative sector. The senior CPM leaders, including ministers, were behind the case. So we requested the Honorable Home Minister to take that case, to hand over the case to CBI. So that also we have requested yesterday while meeting Honorable Amit Shah ji. क्या कहा? No, before delegation, immediately no ministers will say what will be the answer. So that will come to know within 2-3 days.
You see, he is on here. Order button.
Now he has been briefed about the whole situation. So we hope that he will take the required action, whatever is considering all the facts and getting all the facts from the state government. Whatever is required to be taken, we hope that he will take that action.
I will just add one point to what Surendran ji said. Is that while this violence and this pattern of violence in Kerala may seem like it is very partisan and it is between BJP and the PFI or the BJP and the SDPI, there is a larger issue that the victim is really the Kerala economy and Kerala's investments into Kerala and job creation in Kerala. It is important for the government of Kerala and the police in Kerala to understand that if this type of violence is allowed to go, continue unchecked, without prosecuting the criminals who are behind this, it creates an overall sentiment about Kerala and an overall narrative about Kerala that is already a weak, vulnerable economy, that will, all of these opportunities that are today facing various states and various parts of India today in terms of investments in electronics, investments in IT, those are all issues and opportunities that Kerala will and people of Kerala will suffer as a consequence of this type of appeasement politics. I just wanted to add that there is always this narrative that this is something that where the victims are only BJP Karyakartas, but also there is a broader underlying narrative that the victim is really people of Kerala. When these type of opportunities go, instead of Kerala, they go 200 kilometers away to Chennai or they go 400 kilometers away to Bengaluru and Hyderabad. So I just wanted to make that point also known.
See, there is one more aspect of the whole issue. That is, in any other part of the country or in any part of the world, you can speak against religious terrorism, Islamic terrorism. But in Kerala, you can't speak against Islamic terrorism. If you speak against Islamic terrorism, the so-called secularists will jump into the fray and they will start attacking those who speak the truth. That's what happened when the Bishop of Pala, he spoke about narcotic jihad. And the CM of Kerala said that I am hearing this word for the first time. Now this PFI's killings, this is not the first incident or the first time that such incidents have come to light. In 2018, 2 students were killed. One was a CPM SFI worker. He was killed in the campus by the Popular Front of India. Another was an ABUP worker. 2019, a Congress worker was killed. But CPM doesn't take any action. The government doesn't take any action. Congress keeps mum on such an issue, even after their worker was killed. So what I want to bring out is that Kerala, the situation has come to such a passe that nobody dares to speak out against the Islamic terrorism. And the basic reason is the objective there, whether it is CPM or Congress, they feel that they will lose their vote share. So this is the dilemma, this is the problem that the people of Kerala are in. It is in this context that the Kerala unit of BJP has taken up this issue and want to highlight this issue, bring it to the attention of the whole country through the national media.
No, that is a separate thing. PFI is a threat to the nation, destabilizing the nation, dividing the people. The halal issue, the recent halal issue is it points out that how they are getting the support of the UDF and LDF. What yesterday CPM secretary, PB member Kodiyar Balakrishnan has said, RSS creating the issue. Where is RSS in this? So, vote bank politics.
I have to add to this. These murders that have been reported are apparently headline grabbers, but the case of 119 Karyakartas of the RSS and BJP have died under mysterious circumstances. These are not killing fields where just for appeasement you walk that extra length. Whether it's the Congress party, whether it is a CPM, to catch on to the Muslim vote, you make compromises with these murderers. It's unfortunate that these contract killers, I'm not going into names, they need to be nailed. That we appeal to the state government to take action because people of Kerala have woken. If this continues, this is not about BJP, this is not about Congress, this is about the people of Kerala. And this is an issue, we talked about West Bengal. And here is a situation which is happening with the connivance charge of the left government. We do not know the name of the person arrested so far. They say PFI, but we said that before. We don't need, it's not a rocket science technology to tell you that it was a PFI operator. Because 3 days before, the widow, now a widow, received a message saying the PFI movement from Coimbatore had taken action. No action was on. This is the third attempt on this gentleman. What is happening in this state? It's shocking indeed. I think the central government has taken serious view of it. We went there and expressed it to the Home Minister. He was concerned, extremely concerned. And I think the people of Kerala are more concerned about it. And we believe in the coming times you're going to see a situation where these people will be isolated. This is a demand that will come from the people of Kerala. It is not for a political party. We are not partisan people. We believe in the nationalistic view, believe in carrying everybody along. But at the same time, when there's a people's movement against this PFI, then the government of the day will take cognizance. Are you right? Should I take this? See, the procedure is, it comes to the judiciary or the state. Whoever takes the lead will be acceptable. That is the procedure. I mean, we as a political party can't demand anything. But yes, we can request the people of Kerala to take it up. But the issue is, it is only the judiciary or the state government that can lead to the agencies. That's precisely what I have been saying. We are not against any organization nor against any appeasement module that is being practiced there. What we request is the people of Kerala are aware of it, and this movement will ensure that the central government and the state government takes cognizance of it.
I just want to add one thing. Our question is, you keep asking this question, should we ban, should we ban? The press conference in the main objective is that there should be free and fair investigation of the case and the prosecution of those who are guilty. That is the main objective. If an atmosphere of deterrence due to investigation and prosecution is not established in the state, then those who are conducting criminal activities will continue to flourish. So the ban or not a ban, or to do any such thing, is a separate topic totally. This press conference, as Surendran ji has put out, is bringing to the attention of all of you and through you to all your readers and viewers that there is an atmosphere that has been created in Kerala that is absolutely unacceptable. It is almost signaling that if you kill people, if you commit crimes, there are no consequences. You don't have to worry about anything. And that is not in a free and fair and civilized society. That is, the last time I checked, we live in a rule of law, and that is not an acceptable situation, not just for the people of Kerala, but for the people of India. I'll explain to you. If somebody says, if a state government says we are incompetent and we are incapable of investigating a crime, only then the center can take it. Last time I checked, law and order is a state subject. There is an institution called the police. When crimes are committed, isn't it the constitutional obligation of the police to provide justice to the victims? Do you have any doubt in that? No, one second. Let me finish that. So therefore, the issue today is, we are appealing to the state government and through you, to all the viewers, that there should be an atmosphere of respect for law. When violent crimes like this are committed, there should be a natural conclusion to that through investigation and prosecution. And of course, if there are elements that are linked to terrorists and terror cells, that is a subject matter for a larger anti-terrorist investigation. But that you... Right? I'll summarize it. No, I don't want to get into a long debate on this. The point here is not whether it is a terror activity or not a terror. That is for the police of the state to determine. You are not please, I'm again making a respectful point to you. The point here is that when a victim is brutally killed, it is the constitutional and the obligation of the police and the state government to at least demonstrate that they are investigating the crime. And what Surendran ji and our local party is saying, and the people are saying, is that in the absence of any evidence that there is an investigation, it is clearly signaling that there is a cover-up, there is a connivance, and there is a cahoots between the local ruling dispensation and the police.